Raging wildfires in Southern California have now claimed at least 10 lives. These very much still active fires have destroyed more than 10,000 structures, completely wiping out complete neighborhoods. The Palisades fire, the biggest in the area, now the most devastating in California history.
Another disaster, the Eaton fire, trails the Palisades fire in size. And for a new look at the scale of this devastation, we turn now to KABC helicopter pilot Scott Reiff. Scott, what are you looking at and what can you tell us?
DeMarco, we're looking down over Pasadena and Altadena, and I tell you, we just noticed this, or just able to view this probably about 15 to 20 minutes ago because the smoke finally cleared. You can tell it's pretty hazy in there. The devastation is just overwhelming. We have a report of about 4,000 homes that were lost. We believe it's going to be more than that, but each one of these blocks, every row of homes has been lost, and especially the homes up in the higher elevations, up along the hillside. And you can imagine what it must have been like. It was Tuesday afternoon. It started into the evening. Speeds up to 80 miles an hour with the winds. It came right through this area. We have reports at least 5 people were killed, but we do see the medical examiner here and the sheriff's department going home to check to see if more people may have been trapped. But it's really difficult to describe this. It's saddening. It's overwhelming. It's going to be a long time before these people recover, and there's still some of the areas that we have not been able to see because of the smoke. The fire itself is laid down a little bit, but certainly we've got a long road ahead of us to recover.
You mentioned that the fire itself has laid down a little bit. How much progress, Scott, are these crews making fighting these fires?
Well, they've actually made a lot of progress. You see the area that burned, we just tilted off that, and then I'll push up into the Angeles National Forest, and that's where the fire is burning now. It's inaccessible. Fires are burned for weeks up in this area before they're able to put them out. So right now they've made a lot of progress, especially down by the homes. It doesn't look like there's any threat right now that they're going to lose more homes, at least in the short term, because the winds have died down. The fire has moved into the mountainous area, and they protected all of the homes. But we do have some Santa Ana wind conditions that are forecast for the weekend. If we get Santa Ana wind conditions that are high enough, it could rekindle this fire, and sadly we could lose more homes.
All right, we're going to hope for the best, Scott. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Let's bring in ABC's Mola Lenghi. Now he's on the ground in Altadena. And Mola, firefighters are busy fighting a number of wildfires at this hour. What's the biggest challenge so far?
Well, DeMarco, the challenges are many. You know, the firefighters have been stretched incredibly thin. You know, the speed and the intensity with which the fires initially were moving, that was certainly overwhelming. The size of these fires, the scale, the number of fires. I mean, there are multiple fires burning. The Pacific Palisades fire is currently the most destructive fire in state history. Then you've got the Eaton fire here in Altadena, in the Altadena area. That's, at last check, was the 4th most destructive fire. These are happening at the same time. You know, the most destructive fire and the 4th most destructive fire in state history, and firefighters are battling both of these, in addition to the other fires, which aren't as big but are significant in their own right. So the challenges are incredible. In addition to the dry conditions they've been facing, the winds, as you've been talking about, winds are expected to die down here this afternoon, later this evening, but again, they are expected to pick back up early next week. So this is very much a race against time to try to make as much progress as possible in the next few days before conditions possibly start getting worse again.
Yeah, a lot of these structures that have been damaged and destroyed are people's homes. Well, I know people are starting to go back to see what's left. What are you hearing from people as they come back into these neighborhoods?
Yeah, these stories, Eva, are incredibly heartbreaking. Of course, there is no greater loss than the loss of life, and we've seen those but these losses of homes and property and businesses, for a lot of folks, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to them, and it's happening to thousands of people here. These are there's a lot of focus on the Pacific Palisades multi-million-dollar mansions, and those losses are incredible, and they are traumatic, and they are awful in their own right. But there are just as many average working-class LA families who have lost literally everything they've ever had, everything in literally just a few moments. We've heard stories of. We talked to a woman yesterday whose brother passed away died in the fires trying to beat back flames at his house. He was trying to protect his family home. This is a home that had been passed down to him from his parents. You know, a lot of these multi-generational family homes, you know, that was sort of the bond of the family, brought the family together, and had been passed down from one generation to another. We spoke to a woman yesterday who was sobbing over a home. She had just moved into this home a few months ago. Her husband had recently passed away. The home was filled with all of her husband's old items. It was as if he was passing away all over again. You know, so a lot of this, we can say it's just stuff, but it's these people's stuff, and some stuff can't be replaced.
It's that loss of your normalcy. It's your loss of your community, all the things that you interact with every day. Mola Lenghi, thank you so much.
Mola, thank you.